is Markus Elsässer from Solar Promotion International, the organizer of InterSolar.
How do you see the event this year?
Yeah, it's a very exciting time here, especially in India. That's to see the development in India, but the overall market is in a very critical phase now with the consolidation going on. But anyway, the market is developing very well in India. The market numbers goes up, and also we have seen a lot of interest in the event. Pre-registered numbers are higher than last year. We had a good participation in the conference, which already started. So we are very confident to have a very good event this year in India.
What is your perspective on the Indian solar market now and in future? What do you think are the challenges?
I think when we saw our fourth year in India, and when we came to India with our first event 2009, there was almost no market. We talked about 10 megawatts of installations, and now this year we already will see a gigawatt market, and so India has all what it needs to become a leading nation in the solar world, because you have a lot of sunshine, you have need of power, and so the policies are laid out, the framework of the National Solar Mission, also the state policies. So we are very confident that we will see several gigawatts of installation in the years to come every year.
So my name is Winfried Hoffmann. I'm here as the president of the European Photovoltaic Industry Association, and I'm representing SMA. That is the world leader for making inverters for the photovoltaic industry.
How do you see the global markets this year and the years to come? How do you see the solar industry globally?
Well, first of all, as we all know, over the last 10 years, the locomotive for the market was Europe. And last year and also this year, we will have approximately 80% of the global produced modules installed in Europe. That will change. So we will no longer have Europe alone taking the load of installing all the solar modules. So that will shift away to Asia. Notably, China is doing great movements in order to get local markets up and running. India, there are other places here in Asia, Australia. There is also South America coming more online, including Japan, United States. So what we see is that we will have a further growth, not possibly as big as we used to have over the last 10 years. As you may know, we had from 2000 to 2011, we had an annual growth of 57% per year. Well, that will not go on like the 57% per year, but I'm pretty sure it will be above 20% for the years to come, especially then in other regions in this world, which makes it much more stable as we had it in the past.
I'm Navratan Kataria. I'm the Associate Vice President for Solar Division of Sterling Wilson. We are an EPC company, and it's an 80-year-old company, part of Shapoorji Pallonji Group.
What do you think about the solar industry in future in India?
Let me compare it with if you were to put a washing machine business. By the time you create a report and go to the bank, and a year later your inputs may vary, the labor may have an unrest, and the market competition has gone for a toss. In solar, it's just not that way. Input is free. There's hardly any labor content when it's a developed solar plant, and the output is almost uncompeted because there is a long-term PPA. Now, there's absolutely no risk. Once you have got this confidence in solar, and solar is something, at least in India, where there's such a huge energy requirement and will continue to happen. There's no reason why to disbelieve that it may or may not succeed. I've been in this field since '87, and the modules that I installed in Manipur in '87, they're still working perfectly. I don't believe that whether it's a new technology or an old technology, there's so much of vetting done by labs that usually out of curiosity people learn a lot, and when you learn a lot, you have lots of questions, which is good. However, what happens is that you become unconsciously very jittery about whether I should use this or that, and that's where the experience counts. So either you do your homework, and it's good to be with learned customers, but you should then also leave some trust in the people who have a big experience of doing projects. And we've been doing projects for 80 years.
Now, some quick questions relating to this on the future of solar in India. REC or preferential tariff?
I think both will coexist. You have preferential tariffs at every state level, which is generally lucrative enough. But because these are state policies, they're slow. But to me, I would say we are good in copy paste. If Gujarat or Tamil Nadu has done a good policy, I think all the states have to just do a copy paste and say this is my policy and just go it. We think over years things will stabilize, and whether it's preferential or REC will more be dependent on which state and what's your budget or risk appetite. That is what will decide what you should go get into.
You must have read our magazine. What do you think about our magazine?
Perfect magazine. It's a very good, it hears from the different players, the stakeholders, variety from the suppliers to the consumers. I think it's a very good magazine.
I am Madhavan Nambudri. I am the founder and director of Resolve Energy Consultants. We are based in Chennai and we provide consulting for solar projects.
Imported panels or Indian panels?
Well, anything that helps the project viability. Only question is, or rather, only suggestion to the developers will be that do the due diligence properly. One of the issues that came up during the InterSolar yesterday was that many of these panel manufacturers who have supplied to projects in India, especially the ones from abroad who have supplied to Indian projects, they have now gone bankrupt. So what will happen to the 25-year warranties? So how are we going to address this? So this is one thing which the developers have to be mindful of, so that they are protected, their assets are protected, or their I would say they are protected from any such risks.
REC or preferential tariff?
REC on the condition that it's every state enforces it. The reason is that the returns for the developers are pretty high, and it is much more of a market-based mechanism, and there is less off-taker risk. Having said that, the price band is a bit on the higher side for the liking of many of the buyers, especially. So still I'll stick with REC.
And you must have read our magazine Energetica. So what do you think about?
Yeah, I have been reading Energetica for the last 2.5 years, probably ever since it was introduced in India. And I find it very, very good, with a lot of insights from and the interviews and perspectives from the industry leaders or the veterans. Overall, yes, I have a very good opinion, and I like it. I like reading it.
Thank you so much.